Hey, welcome back. Hey, I just had this quick thought, and I wanted to go over this really quick. First things first, go up to the top right corner up there. There's a little gear icon. Select that, go to playback speed, and change me to 1.25 to 1.5x. I speak a little bit slower, and I'm used to speaking to people in person. I'm a really good speaking to people, and so what I normally do is I match their speed, and so my speed is, it's hard for me to pick a speed when I just talk to nobody. I would suggest just speed me up a little bit. It makes the listening a little more enjoyable, and to go from there. So the title of this was "HEX is like a trailer park." People might take offense to that. I'm not going to take offense to it. I love trailer parks, and what do I love about trailer parks? We talk about real estate. Sometimes I like it so much that it bleeds over to everything that I think about. And so trailer parks for me are the best investment I could possibly find. Do you know why? Because, well, they're not glamorous, flat out. I mean, like, do you ever see rappers, flaunting their trailer park that they own? Oh, check out my trailer park. This is my trailer park. And then they go and like show it. Like, that's some serious flexing right there to show your trailer park, right? Well, so what's great about a trailer park is all you own is the property, and then you rent out the spaces. Typically they bring in their own trailers. They set them up. They're in charge of their own trailer, paying their own trailer's rent or mortgage or whatever they pay on it. All they pay you is for the land. So what do you have to really take care of there? It's like owning a subdivision and everybody comes and builds their own house, but you still own the subdivision. That would be really cool. It'd be like a home version of a trailer park. So with a trailer park, you just earn from something that just sits there and earns you money, and you're constantly making money. HEX is that, and HEX is that, and the reason that this HEX is not super widespread popular, not blowing off the doors, and everybody's not talking about, why isn't everybody talking about 38% returns a year? Why are they not talking about that? Seriously, all my real estate buddies, they talk about 16%. They want to make 16%. It's called cash on cash return on their money. If they can make 16%, they're freaking elated. They're excited. Especially with inflation right now at 7.5%, much higher than that for sure. But 38% per year? Come on. So what I'm getting at is it's not a sexy thing. HEX is not sexy because it's like a trailer park. It's not sexy. But it brings in an immense amount of income with very little work. What do you got to do for HEX? You just stake it and wait. What do you do with a trailer park? You just buy it, and then there's a little more work with it, and it's not sexy. Did you know that 90% of all the millionaires in the world own some form of real estate? And I'm not talking like they own a house. That's not an asset. That's a liability. Owning a house is a liability. Unless you have it rented out or you have a second business out of it, unless you're cutting hair out of the garage, unless you're doing something for it to form you income, it's a liability. And HEX is the rawest form of an asset digitally that is non-compromisable. So it is immutable. There's no way to change it. There's no admin keys. There's nobody that's going to stop it. It's never going to stop. Amazing. It's the best return on your money you could ever find. Yet it's not talked about. Yet it's not widely publicized. Why is that? And you know what? Even on this HEX car, by doing that, it doesn't matter. You're only going to find the people that really understand this about money. And I'm going to talk about some other things going forward. This was just to be a short message. Trailer parks are amazing. HEX is amazing. But most people will not invest in either of those two things because they're not sexy. It's a big reason why I believe that liquid loans will have a very similar problem as HEX. It's not sexy. It takes too long. What do? You just set your money in there, and then what? You can borrow against it. And most people that do that are going to borrow against it and run off. It's like a HELOC, and then they buy more crap that they don't need, and then they never get their money back out of it. So, it's a good and bad. Liquid loans has a good side and a bad side. The bad side is it's going to condone more of that bad behavior. So bad financial behavior. It's the opposite of a Dave Ramsey approach. It's actually the Robert Kiyosaki approach. It's borrow money to leverage it, to do more with it. But people are going to borrow money and they're going to leverage it. I want to get into a liquid loans video that I'm going to get into a little bit better. This one was mostly about HEX, so I'm just skip the liquid loans portion of that. I'm not going to edit it, so you just deal with it. But this in essence is a trailer park. It makes you money while you're sleeping, while you're out playing, while you're out living your life. If you don't know what to do with crypto, the best thing to do with crypto, this non-financial advice is the best advice you could ever get right here. You ready for it? Do nothing. Sit on it. Do nothing. PLS is about to launch soon. PLSX is going to launch soon. If you don't know what to do with those two things, if you don't have a grasp on what you're going to do with them, don't do anything. Just do nothing. Doing nothing is the same thing as doing something. They're both decisions. You decide to do nothing or decide to do something, but whatever it is you do decide, write it down, make an actual game plan, and stick to that game plan. And if you don't know what it is you're going to do not log in and do not start trading. Do not ratio trade if you don't understand what you're doing. Please. HEX is my favorite little trailer park. Thank you, HEX.